Man also needs the help of divine grace to persevere in good. For everything that is variable of itself, in order that it may be fixed in one, needs the help of some moving and immovable thing. But man is variable, both from evil to good and from good to evil. Therefore, in order to persevere immovably in good, which is to persevere, he needs divine help still. For that which exceeds the powers of free will, man needs the help of divine grace, but the virtue of free will does not extend to this effect, which is to persevere ultimately in good. This is clear, for the power of free will is with respect to those things which fall under the choice. But what is chosen is something particular that can be worked on. But what is particularly workable is what is here and now. So what falls under the power of free will is something to work on now. But to persevere does not say something that is now operable, but the continuation of the operation throughout time. This effect, therefore, which is to persevere in good, is beyond the power of free will. Therefore, man needs to persevere in the good help of divine grace. Further, although man is the master of his actions through his will and free will, yet he is not the master of his natural powers. And therefore, although he is free to will or not to will something, yet he cannot do by willing what the will is immovably in what it wills, to what it wills or chooses. Now this is required for perseverance, namely, that the will in good may continue immovably. Perseverance then is not in the power of free will. It is therefore necessary for man to have the help of divine grace in order to persevere. In addition, if there are several agents successively, one of which acts after the action of another, the continuity of the action of these cannot be caused by any one of them, because none of them always acts, nor from all, because they do not act at the same time. Whence it must be caused by something higher that it always acts, as the Philosopher proves in Physics 8. That the continuity of generation in animals is caused by something higher and everlasting. Now let us suppose someone who perseveres in good. In it then there are many movements of free will tending to good, succeeding one another until the end. Therefore of this continuation of good which is perseverance, no one can be the cause of these movements, because none of them lasts forever. And not all at the same time, because they are not at the same time, therefore they cannot cause anything at the same time. It is left then that this continuation is caused by something superior. Man therefore needs the help of a superior grace to persevere in good. Again, if there are many ordered to one end, the whole order of them until they reach the end is from the first agent shooting to the end. But in him who perseveres in good, there are many movements and many actions reaching to one end. It is therefore necessary that the whole order of these movements and actions be caused from the first shooting to the end. Now it has been shown that by the help of divine grace they are directed to the ultimate end. Therefore, by the help of divine grace, there is the whole order and continuation of good works in him who perseveres in good. Hence it is said to Philippians 1:6, "He who began a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ." And 1 Peter 5:10, "The God of all grace, who has called us to eternal glory, will himself complete, strengthen, and solidify a little suffering." Many prayers are also found in the sacred scriptures in which perseverance is requested from God, as in the Psalm, "Direct my steps in your paths, so that my steps may not be moved," and 2 Thessalonians 2:16, "May God our Father encourage your hearts and strengthen you in every good work and word." This is also what is asked for in the Lord's Prayer, especially when it is said, "May your kingdom come." For the kingdom of God will not come to us unless we persevere in good. But it would be ridiculous to ask something from God of which he himself was not the giver. Therefore, man's perseverance is from God. By this, the error of the Pelagians is excluded, who said that to persevere in good a man's free will is sufficient, and for this he does not need the help of grace. It must be known, however, that when even he who has grace asks God to persevere in good, just as free will is not sufficient for that effect which is to persevere in good without the external help of God, so neither is any habit infused into us sufficient for this. For the dispositions which are divinely instilled in us, according to the state of our present life, do not completely remove from free will the mobility to evil, although by them free will is in some way established in good. And therefore, when we say that a man needs the help of grace to persevere finally, we do not understand that on top of the habitual grace first infused to work well, another is infused from above to persevere.